If you feel exhausted even after 8 hours of sleep, your body may be running low on something most doctors never test for. Most people over 60 chalk it up to age. They drink more coffee, take afternoon naps, and assume this is just what getting older feels like. But here's the thing: persistent, unexplained fatigue after 60 is almost never just aging. In the majority of cases, it traces back to one of three specific, fixable causes. And fixing them can change how you feel in a matter of weeks. Let's break them down. The first cause is one of the most common and most missed: vitamin B12 deficiency. B12 is essential for the production of red blood cells and the maintenance of your nervous system. Without adequate B12, your cells can't produce energy efficiently, which is why people with deficiency describe their fatigue as a deep, bone-tired exhaustion, not just sleepiness. Here's the problem: after 60, your stomach naturally produces less acid. And stomach acid is what you need to extract B12 from food. So even if you're eating plenty of meat, eggs, and dairy, all high in B12, your body may not be absorbing it. The NIH estimates that between 5 and 20% of adults over 60 are deficient in B12. The number is probably higher because deficiency develops slowly, the symptoms are vague, and many physicians don't routinely test for it unless you ask. The symptoms? Persistent fatigue is number one. But also brain fog, pins and needles in your hands and feet, and subtle memory problems. Does that sound familiar? The fix is simple: get your B12 tested with a blood test. If your levels are below 300 pg/ml, supplementation is warranted. Sublingual B12, the kind that dissolves under your tongue, bypasses the stomach entirely, which makes it the most effective delivery method for older adults. A dose of 500 to 1000 micrograms daily is typically sufficient. The second cause is a thyroid issue that most doctors dismiss: subclinical hypothyroidism. Your thyroid is the master regulator of your metabolism. It sets the pace for every cell in your body. When it slows down even slightly, everything slows down with it. Your energy drops. Your brain fogs. Your muscles feel heavy. Subclinical hypothyroidism means your thyroid is technically in range on the standard TSH test, but functioning at the lower end of that range. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that people with TSH levels above 3 μ/L, still within the normal range, reported significantly higher fatigue scores than those with TSH below 2. Most labs flag hypothyroidism at a TSH above 4.5 or 5. But a growing body of evidence suggests that optimal TSH for energy and cognitive function is between 1 and 2.5. What this means for you: if you're always exhausted and your doctor says your thyroid is fine, ask for your exact TSH number. Ask about free T3 and free T4 as well. These give a fuller picture of thyroid function. From a lifestyle standpoint, iodine, selenium, and zinc are all critical for thyroid hormone production. Chronic stress also suppresses thyroid function through the HPA axis. Managing stress, getting adequate sleep, and eating thyroid-supporting foods, Brazil nuts for selenium, seafood for iodine, can all help. The third cause is the most controversial, but it's also increasingly supported by research: cortisol dysregulation. Your adrenal glands pump out cortisol, your primary stress hormone, throughout the day. Cortisol follows a rhythm: it should be highest in the morning, giving you a natural energy surge, and lowest at night, allowing sleep. When that rhythm breaks down, you feel tired when you should be awake and wired when you should be asleep. This pattern, low morning cortisol, elevated evening cortisol, is associated with chronic stress, poor sleep, and systemic inflammation. All of which become more common after 60. A 24-hour salivary cortisol test can map your cortisol curve and reveal whether this is contributing to your fatigue. It's not available at most standard labs, but functional medicine practitioners routinely order it. The interventions that have the strongest evidence for restoring healthy cortisol rhythm: prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of sleep, removing inflammatory foods, especially refined sugar, regular moderate exercise, not intense exercise, which spikes cortisol, and adaptogenic herbs like ashwagandha, which has been shown in multiple randomized trials to lower cortisol levels by up to 30%. Here's your action plan if you're chronically tired after 60. First, ask your doctor to run a full panel: B12, thyroid, TSH, free T3, free T4, ferritin, stored iron, and a complete metabolic panel. These 4 tests cover the most common fixable causes of fatigue and are typically covered by insurance. Second, optimize your diet for energy production. Prioritize protein at every meal. Aim for 25 to 30 grams, which supports both thyroid function and sustained energy. Add B12-rich foods, eggs, fish, lean meat. Reduce sugar, which causes energy crashes. Third, consider targeted supplementation, sublingual B12, magnesium glycinate for sleep, and ashwagandha for cortisol support. These are low-cost, low-risk, and have good evidence behind them. Most people who follow this approach notice significant improvement within 4 to 8 weeks. If you've been living with exhaustion and nothing has explained it, these 3 causes are the most likely culprits. Get the blood tests, address the deficiencies, and give your body what it actually needs to generate energy. If this video gave you a new direction to explore, please subscribe. We cover these kinds of overlooked health issues every week. And if you want us to go deeper on thyroid health or B12 dosing, drop it in the comments.